Welcome to Birds of Prey Sports. We weekly cover Ravens and Orioles news. We're your hosts, TJ and Jared. And in today's video, we're going to be doing the pregame of the Ravens Chargers, the Harbaugh, in which John has won the previous two. So we're looking to go 3-0 in our
The
Harbaugh.
nepotism bowl.
Yeah, the nepotism bowl. But these guys actually haven't done anything. But I'm just saying. Um, It's going to be a big game tonight. The Ravens, lost against the Steelers. Now we're in a pretty, we're in the middle of the pack in the AFC right now at 7-4. And we need to get back up to the with the top dogs like the Bills and the Chiefs, who obviously we should have their records right now. They're 8-2 and 10-1. I think Chiefs barely beat the Panthers yesterday, but that's another story. But we're in the middle of the pack and we really need this win. We cannot go to 7-5.
Yeah.
We just can't, because we play the Eagles next week. They're 9-2, so they're on a roll. So
Yeah,
this is
we
a
need
very
to also own those tiebreakers over these wild card teams. We already own it over the Bengals. We already own it versus the Broncos. So you need to own it versus the Chargers.
exactly, and this is the biggest game of the season already, this game right here. And so I want to start on the defense. There's been a lot of, moving around in defense. We let go of Eddie Jackson. Who just hasn't, he just couldn't find his spot here. I heard that he was frustrated in the limited role he was given,
We
but
suck.
in the limited role he was given, he wasn't that good, and that's just to put it frankly. So, best wishes to him, and what he does with his career, but just wasn't working here in Baltimore. And that probably means at the end of the season, Marcus Williams, will probably be not here anymore either. Because we're really liking we're really liking the tandem of Ardarius Washington and Kyle Hamilton right now. And it's a good tandem. I'm kind of looking forward to see what, we do with TJ Tampa when he comes back. If he's good enough, will he take over, Ardarius Washington's spot, or are we going to keep them? I'm curious to see with that. But the defense, if they can keep going what they had in the Steelers game and the Chargers game, that should be really nice. I've heard, I don't know, I heard my dad say this, but I heard some rumors the Ravens might be interested in Calais Campbell, bringing him back again. I personally haven't heard that, but
No, I mean, no, it was that we were about to trade for him, and
oh,
then Mike McDaniel or whatever his name is axed the deal. So
oh,
same thing with
okay,
Henry last year.
okay. I honestly, I don't even know how I would like that fit. I don't think Calais Campbell's been having the best season this year, but I mean, more depth helps, so um, what are your opinions on the defense, going into this matchup?
Well, it's going to be time to see if they can actually play against a real quarterback, instead of, Russell Wilson. So that was insane shots right there, but um I can't wait to see how our Darius Washington and Kyle Hamilton are going to fare back there. Obviously, it sucks not having Kyle Hamilton up to the line, kind of middle of the pack, not middle of the pack, but like linebacker position to, blitzer, outside blitzer, whatever. It's going to suck not having him there, but we're going to really need to step up tonight, because we might not have Roquan Smith tonight, so
I
um
mean,
we're going to have Malik Harrison out there, unfortunately, paired up with Trenton Simpson. Um, I mean, I don't think we have any other linebackers I can think of off the top of my head,
Chris
you know.
Ward.
So again, we don't have any linebackers, outside of those two, So I think the loss of Roquan will be felt tonight in some spots, especially in the running game. I don't know how Travis Jones is going to fare tonight if he's playing at all. I don't think we have the official injury report yet. For who's playing, who's not playing. Obviously, later tonight we'll know about the inactives. But I'm concerned a little bit about this defense tonight, but maybe since Greg Roman was here a few years ago, they would know him a little bit better than than others, than other teams would. But I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see. I'm a little concerned with the defense just because the injury situation. That we're gonna be down Arthur Maulette tonight. We were down him last week, but I think yeah, we were down him in the Steelers game, but probably be down him as well, and then maybe be down Travis Jones, maybe be down Roquan Smith he seemed all right. He's traveling with the team, but I think the departure of Eddie Jackson is going to help a lot. It's finally going to give Ar'Darius Washington a chance to really take over his snaps fully. Even though I think he was already doing that anyways, but now Kyle Hamilton's taken Marcus Williams' position really. So it really sucks that Marcus Williams and Eddie Jackson couldn't fare well here this year. Obviously Eddie Jackson was, I believe he's a Pro Bowl safety not that long ago, with the
4 years
Bears,
ago.
right? So that's not that long ago, but it's still a decent amount of years ago. It might be time to just hang it up. But Marcus Williams, I could definitely see being a trade candidate in this offseason for either some draft picks or an up and coming player or whatever. I don't know what they're going to trade for him for, but you know, I don't know. I'd like to see some pressure, even though I think the Chargers' offensive line is pretty good. Um, the Chargers and Eagles' offensive line, I think we're facing two of the best offensive lines in the league. The next few weeks, so it's going to be important for guys to step it up. Owe, Matabike, Adisa Isaac if he's playing, Kyle Van Noy, um, and maybe even Roger Washington. Some of these big interior guys maybe got to step up and rush the passer as well. So I know that's not really what they're paid to do, but I don't know. It's really gonna be interesting to see how this defense is gonna fare tonight because they're gonna want to run the ball. J.K. Dobbins has looked explosive this season. Um, I don't know if you saw that lame ass comment from Gus Edwards, saying that he, like this is almost sort of like a revenge game for him. I don't remember the full quote, but someone put up his stats and he has like 75 carries for like 105 yards. So I don't know. I don't know what with these former players saying they want revenge against us or whatever. I know there's got to be a little juice just because you're playing your former team, but I don't know. Like we're making it seem like we threw these players to the side and said get the F out of the facility, like who's shitting this guy's breakfast. So I mean
Yeah.
I don't get it. Especially Gus Edwards. We made your career. Like you're an undrafted free agent. You only team that probably would have gave you a chance with us. So I mean maybe that quote wasn't real, maybe it was taken out of context. I don't know, but I saw it circulating on Twitter. I just found it kind of lame. So I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you're sitting only at 75 carries. That just shows me that they're not even really using him.
Right.
How could you even get mad at us? I mean, we weren't using him a lot too, but they're doing the
Last
same
year we
thing.
were.
Yeah. Well, in the bigger moments, we weren't using him a lot, but
Yeah.
they're not using him a lot either, it seems like. So, I don't
54
know. I
carries
don't
for
know what these
195 yards.
guys are. Yeah, I don't know what these guys' problems are with us, like how you said.
Right. I guess we can talk about the offense.
Yeah, so going into the offense, I feel like Lamar, I feel like you have a big game today. And I want him to, because I'm tired of people saying that Josh Allen is better than him. Like he's not, and every game I just want Lamar to throw for 4 touchdowns. Not because not because I know that he can, but because, I just really want the offense to just have that explosive ass game after game after game, because we've been seeing it.
Right.
Also, another thing, we need to get Derrick Henry back on track.
Yeah. Yep.
Real. Because, if you look at what the Eagles did last night with Saquon Barkley, he's had about 26 carries a game. And look what he's doing. And we're not giving Derrick Henry that.
Yeah.
Our our running lanes have been cheeks these past couple of games. Cheeks. Like, are you dudes even blocking for him? Like, he's getting nowhere. There's no way TJ Watt should be able to tackle him like that in the backfield. Like
Who's
he's
blocking?
like he's 118 pounds. That's the way he grabbed and ragdolled him. You know, like it's just unacceptable, these running lanes that he's been having. 69 yards and 14 carries. No, let's get 20 carries and 85 yards. I'll live with that.
Yeah.
I live with that because he can get
Yeah.
some rack yards, whatever it's called at the end of that.
Right. Yeah. Derrick Henry's got to have at minimum 20 games, 20 carries a game. I mean, there really is no end if or buts about that. I mean, not saying give him the ball 40 times a game, but it's got to be minimum 20, man. Like
No,
I said, go
oh,
ahead.
I was just saying, and Saquon Barkley is catching up to him right now in the yards. That's how much we've been underusing him these past couple games.
Yeah, it's really been a where are you, kind of question these last few weeks, and I don't know. I just feel like When you got star players, you got to use them, man. I mean, obviously their star player they really seem to use all the time is Lamar because he's the quarterback. But when it comes to receivers or whatever or running backs, whatever, they don't know what to do, man. Like they just want to take them off the field and you know run some BS running play with Justice Hill or whatever. I don't know. I hate when Justice Hill runs the ball, man. Like he's like a great receiving back, but like when they give him that like a carry and he runs with the middle, he always gets like 2-3 yards.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get the chunk plays like that Derrick Henry will, or he gets stopped behind the line or whatever. Like, and then where's Keith Mitchell been? Like we activated him and haven't played him at all. Like where's Keith Mitchell?
What
You
was
know,
that? I don't even know.
so I think this needs to be a game where we get Zay Flowers the ball, a game where we get Mark Andrews the ball, and a game where we run it heavy with Derrick Henry. Set the tone, man. You know, you got these guys. And we can have a bruiser offense, man. We really could. We got a lot of dogs on offense. So why are we just smacking teams around? Obviously we're not going to blow out every team. Every game and every game script goes different, but if we get that ball first, we need a nice, beautiful first drive that just punches and charges right in the face right away. Get them started. Give your defense some confidence. And even if we don't get the ball first, let's say the Chargers get the ball first and they get a field goal, or we stop them and they have to punt. Set the tone there. Make sure the tone is set in your favor. If you want to be a number one seed, number two seed, number three seed, whatever, a division winner, you're gonna have to start setting the tone. It feels like when the Ravens become the favorites or they become, the team to beat, they just fall apart. They play scared. They play like they play they just play scared. That's the word I can really think about right now. So tonight is the night for the rest of the season to set the tone right because we can't lose any more games. I'm sorry. We can't go to I don't care 12-5, 11-6, 10-7 to me is unacceptable. I mean, I guess 12-5 is at least better
That's
than others,
better.
but like 11-6 and 10-7, and then you're getting the nine and
Terrible.
eight territory. It's just getting disgusting. It's getting nasty because now you're talking about you're about to go to Buffalo or whatever, or you're going to Kansas City in your first matchup in the wild card round. Do you really want that? So get that first playoff win under your belt, and then we can worry about those teams. But I don't know, man. They need to start treating these games like postseason games, not just like every other random game, or like like Lamar says, like it's just another game, whatever. Like no, like
And
it's time. It's about to be December after this week. It's crunch time now. I don't want to
and
see any more losses on our schedule.
I hate those comments. It's just another game. It's not. It's not just another game.
Right,
Only
right,
thing Lamar says that I don't like.
yeah.
So, you
Because I
know,
don't know, like it just feels like I don't know. It's just too simplistic. You gotta don't overcomplicate things, but don't undervalue them either. So honestly, as soon as that clock hits December or the end of November, at least, if I was a football player, it'd be like it's go time now. This is playoff games, especially when you're 7-4, whatever. These are playoff games from now on. Honestly, these are playoff games from now on, and you got to play like it. And I don't mean like the last few seasons where you're scoring 10 points in the AFC Championship game. I mean, play like you want to win the Super Bowl. So if you guys want to say you're locked in and you have a bigger goal in mind, then show it. Because you can't lose a game, win a few games in a row, and then lose another one the same way you lost the other one a few weeks prior. So I don't know. They got to lock in, man.
yeah, and I want to see more Deontay Johnson get involved.
Right,
It's embarrassing getting these players and then seeing them frustrated being here because we don't use them. Let's get
right.
him a too. So, we can look at the stats now.
All right. Um, can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So the LA Chargers, they average 22 points per game, which is 18th in the league. They average 326.4 yards per game, which is 19th in the league. They average 0.396, I'm sorry, 69, 14, which 14th in the league. They average 5.5 yards per play, which is 15th in the league. Oh, excuse me. Their third down conversion rate is at 38.81%, which is 16th in the league. Their fourth down conversion rate is at 66.67%, which is fifth in the league. Their red zone percentage scoring, their red zone scoring percentage touchdowns is at 53.85%, which is 20th in the league. And they have 20.3 touchdowns per game, which is 18th in the league. Their rush play percentage is at 48.83%, which is sixth in the league. Their yards per rush is at 4.2, which is 20th in the league. Their rushes per game is at 29.1, which is 7th in the league. Their rush yards per game is at 121.6, which is 11th in the league. Oh, I keep yawning. Not to yawn here. But anyways, they score at least one rush touchdowns per game, which is 12th in the league. Their pass play percentage is at 51.17%, which is 27th in the league. Not very uncommon with the Greg Roman offense. Their completion percentage is at 63.80%, which is 21st in the league. Their 7.9 yards per pass, which is 7th in the league. Their 27.9 passes per game, which is at 31st in the league. So again, not very uncommon with the Greg Roman offense. 204.8 pass yards per game, which is 20th in the league. Interception thrown percentage is at 0.36 percent, which is first in the league. And their QB sack percentage is at 8.52%, which is 24th in the league. So they're not making my good offensive line claim look any good from earlier. Anyways, their kicker is successful 91.3% of the time, which is 10th in the league. Turnover statistics, their turnover margin at plus 0.8, which is fifth in the league. They give away the ball 0.5 times, which is first in the league, so they don't give away the ball a lot. But they take away a lot. 1.3 takeaways per game, which is 12th in the league. Penalties per play is at 0.04%, 0.04, not percent, but just 0.04, which is fourth in the league. Their penalties per game is at 5.3, which is fourth in the league. Their penalty yards per game is at 41.1, which is third in the league, and there are 7.8 penalty yards per penalty, or it's at 12th in the league. So you can read off the defensive statistics now.
All right. So opponent points per game is 14.5, which is first in the league. So they have really good defense. I didn't know their
Yeah,
defense was, that's like, wow.
yeah, it's pretty good.
14.5. Wow. Opponent yards per game, 317.1 is 10th in the league. So, top 10 in yards allowed too. Opponent points per play, 0.238, which is first. Opponent yards per play, 5.2, which is 10th. Opponent third down percentage, conversion percentage, 32.33, which is third in the league. Opponent fourth down conversion percentage, 64.29, which is 21st. Opponent red zone scoring touchdown percentage, 40.91, which is third. So it seems like, if you're able to get down the field on this defense into the red zone, and kind of wear them down, you'll be able to score. That's what it seems like.
Yeah,
Um, Opponent touchdowns per game, 1.5, which is first. So, you're really gonna have to earn your touchdowns against this Chargers defense, it seems like.
right.
Going on to their rushing statistics. Opponent rush play percentage, 38.59, which is fourth in the league. Opponent yards per rush, 4.7, which is 23rd. Opponent rushes per game, 23.5, which is seventh. Opponent rush yards per game, 110.5, which is 10th. Opponent rush TDs per game is 0.3. Wow. Passing statistics. Opponent pass play percentage, 61.41. That's 29th. Opponent completion percentage, 62.94. That's eighth. Opponent yards per pass, 6.6. That's sixth in the league. Opponent passes per game, 34. Huh, that's 24th in the league. Opponent pass yards per game, 206.6. That's 11th. Opponent interception thrown percentage, 2.65. That's 11th. Opponent sack percentage, 9.09. That's fifth.
Cover.
Then opponent field goal conversion percentage, 61.90. That's first. Opponent turnover margins per game, that's negative 0.8. That's fifth. Takeaways a game, 1.3. That's 12th. Giveaways, 0.5. That's first. Opponent interception thrown percentage, 2.65. That's 11th.
Sorry.
Opponent penalties per play, 0.5. 23rd. Opponent penalties per game, 5.7. That's 25th. Opponent penalty yards per game, 42.7. That's 29th. Opponent penalty yards per pin? No,
Penalty.
that penalty yards
You get stumbled on that every week.
7.5. That's 27. Um, opponent top. What the hell is top?
Time of possession
Time of
percentage,
opponent
excluding
time.
overtime. You thought that time was something else?
I know, no, no. See, don't do that. Opponent time of possession percentage, 48.83. That's 14th. That's a very solid Chargers defense.
Yep. Anyways, to move on to the actual player statistics here, Justin Herbert is 167, 176 for 227, for 2,186 yards, 13 touchdowns to one pick, and 102.1 quarterback rating. That's a very Greg Roman stat line through 10 weeks.
Yep.
Anyways, they're running the rushing attack. J.K. Dobbins has 152 carries for 726 yards. 4.8 yards per carry. He has 8 touchdowns this year, and he averages 72.6 yards per game. Man of the hour, Gus Edwards, 54 carries on 195 yards, 3.6 yards per carry. He doesn't have a touchdown. He averages 32.5 yards per game. I can't even remember his last hearing his name. Anyways, the receiving threats here, Ladd McConkey has 43 receptions on 63 targets, 615 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he averages 61.5 yards per game. He kind of tore up the Bengals defense last week.
Yeah.
Anyways, Joshua Palmer has 20 receptions on 32 targets, 365 yards. He has a touchdown and 40.6 yards per game. Quentin Johnson has 22 receptions on 37 targets, 354 yards, 6 touchdowns. Damn, 6 touchdowns at 44.3 yards per game. And Will Dissly has 37 receptions on 48 targets, 352 yards, a touchdown, and 35.2 yards per game. All right, so you can read the defense off, sir.
So Dion Henley, he has 94 total tackles, 59 solo, 35 assisted. He has one sack, five passes defended. Derwin James, one of the best safeties in the league. He has 59 total tackles, 38 solo, 21 assisted. He has 1.5 sacks, three tackles for loss, five passes defended. Denzel Perryman, 54 total tackles. Wow. 38 solo, 16 assisted. He has one sack, two tackles for loss. Alohi, Alohi Gilman. Um,
You
he's
don't
a
ask me to
safety.
pronounce names.
47 total tackles, 31 solo, 16 assisted, one sack, one tackle for loss, three passes defended. Um, Tuli, Pulutu.
Just call him TT at this point.
ET.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I skipped Elijah Molden. Okay, Elijah Molden, 46 total tackles, 24 solo, 22 assisted. He has zero everything else besides five passes defended. TT has 32 total tackles, 19 solo, 13 assisted. He has seven sacks, so he's been really good at sacks. Eight tackles for loss, two passes defended. Actually, so if we read off the sacks, right, that kind of negates the tackle for loss because that's basically the same thing, right?
I have no clue.
Okay. All right. I thought you would know. Cam Hart, he has 30 total tackles, 21 solo, nine assisted. He has a half a sack, um, four passes
I don't even
defended.
think Khalil Mack's playing.
But yeah, Khalil Mack. Wow. It's crazy to see him all the way down here. 26 total tackles, 12 solo, 14 assisted, 4.5 sacks. He has five tackle for loss and five pass defended. Tarheeb still 26 total tackles, 18 solo, eight assisted. He has a half
Former
a
Terp.
sack.
It's former Terp
Um,
right there.
From Turk. He has zero tackles for loss and five passes defended. Um, Otito Ogbania, um, 21 total tackles, eight solo, 13 assisted. And that's it for him. Puna Ford. Um, wow, they have some interesting names on this defense. Uh, 20 total tackles, 11 solo, nine assisted. I saw you trying to hold back your laughter there, but I'm reading these names. Three sacks, five tackles for loss, three passes defended. He has one interception. Oh, and so does Tarheeb still. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, and Elijah Molden, he has three interceptions. I was forgetting about the interceptions. Um, I'll stop at Christian Fulton. Morgan Fox. Um, I almost said Megan Fox. Morgan Fox has 18 total tackles, 14 solo, four assisted. He has 3.5 sacks, four tackles for loss, one pass defended. Bud Dupree, former Steeler, has
Booed.
18 tackles, 13 solo, five assisted. He has 5 sacks, five tackles for loss, two passes defended, and one interception. Christian Fulton, 18 total tackles, 14 solo, four assisted. He has two tackles for loss, eight passes defended, and one interception. Wow,
All right.
just what's that guy's name?
Just
Juster.
see her.
See,
Just That's funny. Just see her Fulton.
yeah, just that.
Anyways, to read off kind of their injury report here, Joey Bosa was limited most of the week, but did fully practice on Saturday. J.K. Dobbins he was full participant on Saturday, but they said he was getting a rest day. Bud Dupree was limited all week, so he's questionable. AJ Finley was limited all week, or he did not practice. He was limited on Saturday, but he was also questionable. Cam Hart was full participant on Saturday, but was limited most of the week. He was questionable. Hayden Hurst was out for the game. I didn't even realize he was on the team. Derwin James was limited for most of the week, but did practice full on Saturday, but he's not on the injury report anymore. Um, Khalil Mack was limited all week with a groin injury. He's questionable. Ladd McConkey was limited all week as well with the DNP on Thursday. He's questionable. Denzel Perryman is out for this game. He didn't practice all week, and that's their injury report. So two outs already. Denzel Perryman and Hayden Hurst. Khalil Mack, I don't know if he's ready to go, but yeah, I mean, I guess we can get into all the predictions.
Yeah. So you know, I think it's gonna be a close game, a very a defensive, game. Um, I see the score being 24-17.
Twenty-four
Um,
seventeen.
yeah, I think a Justin Tucker field goal kind of, puts
No
it a
boy.
little, because I think I'll say this. We're winning 21-17. You know, I think Lamar throws two touchdown passes and, Derrick Henry gets a running one. And we're up 21-17. A field goal kind of separates it and the defense closes out the game. So I think 24-17 that we win.
I think the Baltimore Ravens, they win tonight. This is going to sound probably stupid, and I'm probably going to be completely wrong. I think the Ravens are going to win tonight, 41-21.
Wow, domination.
I think it's going to be similar to that Broncos game. Right after that Browns loss, I think the Ravens win, and I win in dominant fashion, 41-21 tonight. I was going to go 41 like 17 or whatever, but I think they'll sneak in those three touchdowns there. So 41-21 is my final score. Who is your breakout player of the game, and what is your bold prediction of tonight?
Deontay Johnson, 7 receptions for 101 yards.
Is it a breakout player or a bold prediction?
That's my breakout player.
Okay, what's your bold prediction? That's kind of a bold prediction as well. But what's your actual bold prediction?
My bold prediction, we make Justin Herbert throw 3 interceptions.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good
Marlon
one.
Humphrey, Marlon Humphrey gets two of them. Hell, Nate Wiggins gets one.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
My bold prediction is my breakout player is I don't even know who my breakout player would be. My breakout player is Zay Flowers. I think he has a good. I think he has a great game tonight. I think he gets two touchdowns tonight,
Okay.
and I think my bold prediction is. Hmm, I don't know what my bold prediction would be. I think Away adds on from last week and gets another two-sack game.
Okay. I like that.
No, that probably won't happen, but I mean, we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Well, that's our bold predictions. That's everything put on the table for you guys. Hopefully the Ravens can get that W. But is there anything else you got to say?
Don't go 7-5.
Oh yeah, please. That's an ugly record, and that's just an ugly spot to be in the AFC. Let's go 8-4, and then let's go 9-4 next Sunday. But Anywho, that's all we got for you guys in this video. Make sure to follow and like, comment on all of our social medias, our Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Pretty sure Jared's got a amazing graphic cooked up for you guys for tonight. He did it. That Jackson 5 graphic he did was amazing. I still think about that too sometimes. So show some love to that. Comment. You know, you know, uh, just do whatever you can to show support for that. You know, do it. And make sure you subscribe, like and comment on this video. What are your bold predictions for this game? I know we're gonna probably get some Chargers fans. So, what do you think about the Ravens? What do you think about this matchup? Comment that down below. And also subscribe to our second channel, Casual Cinema. There's some good movies. There's Gladiator 2. There's Venom still out there, which you've seen already. It must not be a good movie then. There's the red something with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, so we already know how that's gonna go.
Yeah,
And
this movie's right ass.
so there's some pretty oh yeah, and there's Tar no, I said Tarzan. Craven. Craven is coming out.
That movie's gonna be ass.
Made by Sony, so you already know. So there's some movies coming out. So make sure we'll see some of them and we'll review them on the channel. So make sure you subscribe there. And we're Bird Space Sports, and we're out.
Bro.